Hi, welcome back, guys, to All Access Fam. Today, we're going to be talking about a trip that Craig and I did for our anniversary. We went to Las Vegas. I had previously been when I was younger, but he had never been, so it was an exciting trip.
Correct. I had flown through there for work, but never really got to visit the city. So this was fun for us, and a little concerning with the wheelchair. This was something new that for us that we were doing, and we had a lot of concerns
Mhm.
over things like would we be able to find accessible transportation to get from the airport to our hotel, or would we be able to get around the strip? And all those things seem to work out great for us, but we'll run over a few of those for you, and hopefully it helps somebody that might be traveling there in the future.
And it's fair. As far as the accessibility in a wheelchair, it was a very accessible trip.
Immediately at the airport, there were accessible cabs or taxis available for us within about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
So there's actually a line right there at the airport that you line up to get a taxi. And as they see a wheelchair, they'll push you over into a separate queue, directing you for a accessible taxi.
yeah. So we didn't have to make a reservation or, it was very easy at the airport.
Correct. And the rate for the accessible taxi was the same rate that they would charge a non-accessible taxi.
Yeah. So it was a ramp van, and I currently have one. If you're interested in seeing how that all works, leave a comment below, and we can do that in a future video. So it was very easy to navigate because I'm used to that already. And then they took us to our hotel from the airport.
Yep. So where'd we stay?
We stayed at the Palazzo at the Venetian.
The Palazzo. Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
it's a really, really nice hotel.
Yeah, it's an all-suite hotel. Very nice.
Yeah.
What did we do as far as shows?
We saw Piff the Magic Dragon. That was fun. He's
Funny.
very funny. Yeah. And that was at the Flamingo Hotel.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one, accessibility was a little more difficult there. The
Yeah.
main entrance to get into that stage or that lounge,
That's theater. Yeah.
right, it had stairs on it.
Yeah.
They actually had to kind of take you around through the back part of the hotel, like through some access corridors to get in.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they were
easy.
pretty used to doing that, so
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty common occurrence there.
Yeah. We were kind of up close, and we had pretty good seats for that show.
Yeah, we did. All right, so what other shows did we see?
So, we saw David Copperfield.
Yeah, that was a great show.
That was my first time seeing him.
Yep. And that was over at MGM Grand.
Correct.
Yeah.
Where we
And,
also had dinner
yeah,
before the
we
show.
had the steakhouse there. I think it was Craft Steak.
Yeah.
Yep. And just a note about accessibility there. Obviously, the restaurant and the theater there was accessible, but we did run into an issue where they did not have companion restrooms
Correct.
there.
So, however, we ended up talking to the manager at the restaurant,
Right.
and I asked about the bathroom, and she stood guard while he came in and helped me.
Correct. So essentially, it was a companion restroom or a
Right.
private restroom for
Yeah.
us. So along those same lines, we ran into something very similar at the Bellagio. They
Yeah.
also did not have a companion restroom there, but they did allow you to use one of the private restrooms in like the high roller lounge, which
Yeah.
was nice.
That was an interesting experience.
Yeah, it was like a $10,000 Japanese toilet.
Got to use the bidet.
Yep. So back to David Copperfield.
David Copperfield, yes. The highlight of that show was we actually got our picture taken with him. We actually got to meet him.
Yeah, we got a little meet and greet there. That was a
Mhm.
lot of fun.
It
Yeah.
was. And if you've ever been to his show or thinking of going to his show, they don't allow you to take pictures or record. There are little phone boxes on the table that you have to put your phones in. And they have people watching constantly. So if you use your phone and you pull your phone out in the middle of the show, they're right over there to say, hey, you need to put that away.
Right. Yeah. Essentially, the only way to do a picture would be like the meet and greet opportunity that we
Correct.
had,
That was pretty awesome.
which was great but it's unfortunate that, we couldn't take a picture during the show. That would have been nice, but,
Yeah. But I mean,
it,
I get
it was
it.
a great,
Yeah.
great option for us.
Yeah. You want to
Um,
tell them how we got over to that hotel from further down
yeah,
the trip?
we took the monorail
Yeah.
down there. Yep. And I don't know that I would bother doing that again. It really wasn't that big of a walk.
Another show we saw was,
The Cirque du Soleil
yeah.
show. They actually have several there, but we saw one that was water themed, and it was a interesting show. Definitely not my thing. I don't think I would ever go and see it again.
Right.
But I'm glad we did it once.
Yeah. To say that we've seen it, I mean, they're all a great performer. They put on a great show. We also saw the adult show Atomic Saloon.
Yeah, the Atomic Saloon show. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, and that was at our hotel.
Yes.
At the Venetian.
Yeah, that was the Venetian and Palazzo are both connected, and that was in their shops there. Yeah.
Yeah. Which we had eaten at Emeril Lagasse's restaurant, Delmonico Steak.
We did. Yeah.
That was good.
That was a nice meal.
Yeah.
But my favorite meal has to be Hell's Kitchen.
For sure. We had tried to make reservations, could not get in. So we ended up going to, well, let's back up. We had a reservation for Hell's Kitchen, but our flight was delayed.
Correct.
So we ended up missing that reservation. So I'm on the phone with them trying to see if I could, get another reservation. And they were all booked. So we ended up going to Gordon Ramsay Burger, which that burger was so good.
It was, one of the best burgers I've ever had.
It was really, really good. So then after we were done at Gordon Ramsay Burger, we ended up going across the street over to Hell's Kitchen. And I just happened to ask
just to try and talk to somebody in person. Right.
One of the girls and explain the situation and what happened in person and said that, we were there to celebrate our anniversary. Now, I don't know if this will work for everybody or we just got lucky, but they were able to get us in like the next day for lunch instead of dinner, which was okay.
Right.
But
it probably helped that it was just a table for two and not a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
Right. So that was definitely my favorite meal of the trip.
Yes, which we are looking forward to because he's actually building a Hell's Kitchen down in Miami that's going to open up sometime this summer, I think.
Yeah, I think we'll probably take you guys along for that.
Yes, so it was so good. So what did you eat at Hell's Kitchen?
I had the beef Wellington.
Yeah.
Which you probably should have had that, but you like your meat well done.
I do.
And they will not cook that to temperature.
They won't cook it to temp.
Medium rare is the way it comes. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Which is perfect for me.
Now, that being said, I did try a couple bites of yours, and he's not joking. It is to die for.
It was outstanding.
It was really, really good. And I ended up getting the filet. And it was really, really tender and really good.
Yeah.
And then they brought us dessert because we were celebrating our anniversary. But we also ordered another dessert.
Correct.
Desserts were good.
We did a Italian place over there at the Bellagio.
Yes, Lago.
Lago.
That was when we had the
Cirque du Soleil.
Correct.
Yep.
That was pretty good, looking over the fountain for the...
Yeah, we got to see the fountain show there from our table.
Yeah, that was really, really pretty.
It was nice.
Yeah.
In terms of that restaurant, I don't know that I would go back. It was good. It wasn't
great. It was okay. Great. Yeah. I was a little disappointed, but I mean...
There's so much great food
in
Vegas. If something is good, it's just not good enough.
Correct. We also did Buddy's restaurant.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It
was really a lunch that was good lunch.
Yes, it was really good. We also did Yardbird.
Yeah, Yardbird was outstanding.
That was the first time I had that there.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
It's another chain. They have a few other places, but that was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we also had breakfast at the Grand Lux Cafe.
Right, which...
it's a sister restaurant to the Cheesecake Factory.
Correct. Yeah, you can see a lot of similarities there.
Yeah, in the decor.
Right.
That was really good.
That was pretty good. And they had a great deal on a buffet.
Yeah.
There. And we didn't really wait long to get in there either.
No, not at all. And they're really quick to ask, do you need help with anything? Because they saw me in the wheelchair. So they're very accommodating. They're, everybody's
Right.
always right there to say, here, let me help you.
Right.
So as far as service at all of the restaurants that we went to, we really didn't have any issue.
No, not really. As far as accessibility on the strip,
It's really easy because you're not having to do a crosswalk like at the light.
yeah, they have these kind of like crosswalks up in the sky, like sky bridge
Yeah,
type things.
so you take an elevator up, get out, and then cross over the traffic.
Right. And then
So
come
you're not
back down.
having to wait.
And there's escalators for people that can walk, but in the
True.
wheelchair, you had to take an elevator.
Yeah. And we didn't really come into any problems as far as none of the elevators working or anything like that. They were all working and
It all worked. They all did pretty well.
yeah,
Um, Accessible restrooms. We found most places out there did not have companion restrooms.
correct. Now, wasn't it at Aria, which is in one of the
Aria and
newer ones?
Cosmopolitan both did have them.
But we had to find somebody to let us in.
Yeah, the Cosmopolitan hotel, we had to go and find a security guard, and you were doing the dance there for almost 20 minutes,
Yeah,
waiting for somebody to let you into that restroom.
yeah.
So that was kind of frustrating that they had them and
You
chose to
can't get
lock
into
them.
them. Yeah.
The forum shops there at Caesar's Palace, those were all accessible, but
Yeah.
I know some of those walkways inside the hotel going into the forum shops were a little difficult. Like you had to take a particular path because some of them had stairs that you couldn't
Yeah.
go down. So um,
hmm
wasn't really inaccessible, but it was a little more complicated.
Just wish it had been a little more like visual, like this is where you need to go. You
Right,
know, better placement on the signs, I think.
right.
So,
So what was your favorite meal?
Hell's Kitchen for sure.
Right. You have a second?
Gordon Ramsay burger.
So
The
both
burger.
Gordon
I'm still
Ramsay
talking about the
places.
burger. The burger was so good.
It was.
It was
Very
really good. But I mean, I can't really complain because all the food we had was great.
right. What about
So,
your shows? What was your favorite show?
David Copperfield.
Yeah. Yeah, when he made that UFO appear right in the middle of the audience over everybody, that
Yeah,
was
that
pretty
was
amazing.
crazy. Yeah, literally right over you, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Right. And some of the
So,
stuff you kind of have an idea of how he's doing it, but you can't spot it, Like,
right.
yeah, it really was incredible to see him.
Your brain works that way. Me, I'm sitting here thinking, how did he do it?
Right.
But as far as accessibility at our hotel, that was great. Our room, it was really spacious.
Yep. You had a roll-in shower.
Yep. Oh, one other thing that I did that I wanted to try, which leave a comment below if you've ever tried it. I did a fish spa.
Yeah, where they like nibble on your toes.
Mm-hmm. That
That's
was
funny.
interesting. It felt really nice though.
They do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really good. Yeah,
They got those in Cozumel. Maybe we'll do that on our next trip.
maybe
Yeah.
if you get the opportunity to, and you've always wanted to try it, I think you should.
Yeah.
It was nice and relaxing.
All right, well, that was a review of our trip out to Vegas.
Yeah,
Leave us a comment below, any questions that you have, and suggestions for other places that you'd like to see us go.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.